Now, one last thing I'll also say about the phone is, and I've said it earlier, is it's always answered. The phone is never not answered during business hours. You'll just lose patience. And I'm amazed at how many doctors will turn the phone off during lunch. And they'll take 1 or 2 hours during the day and turn the phone off. I'm amazed. I had a client hire me one time, and I found out they turned their phone off. I go, why'd you turn the phone off? They go, well, we went to lunch. I go, well, why did you have to turn it off? How come you didn't have a staff member? They go, well, they both go to lunch at the same time. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. Like in my office, one staff member went from 11:30 to 12:30. When she got back at 12:30, the second staff member went from 12:30 to 1:30. There is no both taking, there's no such thing as a business if the business is not taken care of. There's no money to pay for lunch. We got to take care of our patients. That's what pays the mortgage. That's what pays for lunch. That's what pays for everything, our patients. So they're the number one priority. So that phone stays on. So that's why I say there's somebody always there answering it. And if they're not there, then it's forwarded, like it's forwarded to the doctor. But you can't also, and I covered this earlier, I just want to remind you about the phone. But also you can't have the forwarded it to a staff member when they're on lunch, because that's lunch. It's no longer lunch anymore if you're forwarding, even if they did not receive a phone call. And you just have an arrangement where there's a phone call that goes to your staff member during lunch. It's called work. They're not at lunch. You can't do that. That's actually a violation of labor law. So you can't do that. So you always want the phone answered. And like when I started in my practice and I only had one staff member, I treated all the patients, got them out of there by 11 o'clock, and then I ran over and made the deposit from the day before. And I just grabbed my lunch and came back, and I made sure I was back by noon, because my staff member, when I had one staff member, went to lunch from 12 to 1. But I made sure I was there. And then if I wasn't, I made sure that it was forwarded to me. And you want a live person answering that phone during business hours. Now, after business hours, it doesn't matter. Nobody expects, if it's a recording or something, nobody expects a live person. If you want to get an answering service after business hours, that's up to you, but it's not necessary. Nobody expects you to answer the phone at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. But they do expect you to answer phone during business hours. They do expect that. And it does need to be answered.